Happy Monday, everyone! Welcome to my channel. I am Marian, the host of Mondays with Marian, obviously. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Each week, I have a new video that gets posted up. I talk a lot about entrepreneurship, business, but I also talk about mindset, my past experiences, things I'm going through right now, personal development, and spirituality. So I really share a piece of my life with you guys, and hopefully something resonates. We're all in this journey together, so I thought I would share sort of my insight. I love learning from everyone too. Thank you so much for joining me. So today, as part of what I started as actually a monthly video that gives my book recommendations. I absolutely love reading. I love books. My Amazon Prime sends me books all the time. I find myself reading voraciously as I've gotten older, and it's been such an amazing experience. I listen to a lot of speakers, authors, entrepreneurs, and a lot of them read a lot. So if you really look up to someone, find out what they read. Tony Robbins reads a lot, Warren Buffett reads a lot of the really big high achievers actually read a lot. So another really good habit to pick up. So without further ado, I wanted to talk about my top 3 books for this month. And I will write all the information down and links to it. Let's get started. So I do a daily gratitude and meditation practice. And part of my meditation is this book, The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. And I really got into Stoicism from Tim Ferriss. If you guys listen to my videos, I really, really love his work. I love his attitude on life. If you guys don't listen to his podcast or haven't read his books, I highly recommend it. Actually, my last book recommendation video, I talked about Tools of Titans, which is written by Tim Ferriss. So that's a good one. But yes, I got into Stoicism because of him, and I really started looking into it, and I found this amazing one by Ryan Holiday. Every day it's 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living, The Daily Stoic. It has been so helpful and just really insightful. It's a good way to practice living a very full life. And because of that, I started following a few people on Instagram that had quotes on Stoicism, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and it's just helped me become a better person every day. So I highly recommend it. Second is a classic. It's so simple, yet just so amazing. It's very timeless. It's Pablo Coehlo's The Alchemist. And if you haven't read it, it's a really quick read, and it's something that it's great to refer to every so often, and it really goes to the core humanity about belief and believing in yourself and your potential, and that you are really the creator and manifestor of your own life. I read this again recently, and every time I read it, I always get something new from it. So this is a classic, The Alchemist. The last one is a new book that I received, and it's actually a book of poetry, and it is so beautiful. I actually just found this on, I was looking for another poetry book on Amazon, and this came up as a recommendation. I read it. I started following her. The author is Rupi Kaur. And it's actually a New York Times bestseller. It's called Milk and Honey. Just the poetry is amazing. It's an easy read and it's something great to refer back to. And it really touches me because I used to be very into poetry, and I'm actually, because of this book, I've started getting into writing poetry again in my daily journal. She breaks it down into 4 sections called the hurting, the loving, the breaking, the healing. And it sums it up so much about sort of the journey that I've gone through in my life, because she talks about how as a child she was also a victim, and then she's a survivor of childhood sexual abuse, and she talks about that and how that really affected her relationships. And then after the break of that relationship, she really went to discover more about herself, and then through the healing process of loving herself. And at the end of the day, it's really about loving yourself. And the more you take care and love yourself genuinely and truly, you become a better vessel for God's love for other people. So this is a new favorite of mine. I've actually recommended this poetry book to a very few friends of mine who've also been survivors of childhood sexual abuse, and it's just very touching. Yeah, that is it. That's my recommendations for the month. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to get your comments on the books that you love this month. I'm always looking for new recommendations, please let me know in the comments, email, and again, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and follow me on social media. I am very, very active on Instagram at Bacol-Uba, and I post a lot on IG stories. I actually post my meditations all the time, quotes, different things. So yeah, until next time, thank you guys for joining me, and see you next week.